Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things, because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions, not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Welcome to the Alphasphere, the only place on the planet that's totally engulfed in positivity and totally submerged in alpha energy. I'm your host, Dr. BOA.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the Alphasphere. Get money division, the place where you transform into a man on a mission. Learning to not feel guilty about selfish decisions. You and your best self would be on a head-on collision. You will not be stopped by obstacles that's dropped by those who wanna see you fall, cause more wanna see you fall. You will be so focused, you won't get no peace at all, till you go from mud feet to walking on streets of gold. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Dying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Dr. BOA, the utmost alpha brand new you. This is where they will be merging. Get money today, so later you'll be splurging. Tell them haters you do not care what they say about you. Just mentally vow to make them live without you. When your vision sprouts to living in from chasing it. When they say your name, just make sure they put some bass on it. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Alphas don't trust hoes. They just think they should be trusted. Alphas take control. They just let they bitches lead. I'm just saying I'm the motherfucking man, cause my bitch ain't got no plans, and my wish is a command. And everything that she do is for the team. Seeing daddy win the ring is a motherfucking dream, and she knows everything I want, everything I need, it's a guarantee. Everything I do, everything I say, it's my way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. I don't trust these hoes. Bitches don't know honesty. I stay in control. Never relinquish the lead. I'm just saying you are not the fucking man if your bitch got her own plans and your wish ain't her command. And everything that she do ain't for the team. Seeing you in the ring ain't her motherfucking dream. She should know everything you want, everything you need, it's a guarantee. Everything you do, everything you say, it's your way, you know way, you know way, it's okay, you know. Your bitch want me to come through. She said she think of me when she with you. She really want a man to treat her right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight. Your bitch want me to come through. She suffering from the beta nigga blues. She really want a man to beat it right, and I can be the man la mama need for tonight.
What's good, homies? What's good? It's your man, Dr. BOA. We up in the joint. Let's block out some of this light. All right, let's do it. So, what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. We're up in the joint, doing our thing. First thing in the AM. Salute to everybody in the building. Let's get ready to do this thing. BT, Mike So Dope, Dr. Savage, King Silver, Harlem World Breaker, SJ, what up? CDC, appreciate the $5 super chat. This track here is fire. I don't know if it's to be or what, but it's some real smooth stuff. Salute to you, man. I appreciate it. Mike, BT. See what else we got up in this joint. Markel, what up? Chris, see you, man. No Mercy, Essence, Flavio, Big Seaman, Ferg, Jay, Sandow, The Kid, what up? Wrong, I see you. JBE, Essence of a King, what up? DeCaris, what up? Taj, what up, man? Moses, I see you. Dre, Joseph, what up? Get Rich, Chris Lawson, what up? All right, let's get it, man. Prime TV, what up, what up, what up? Divine, I see you, man, what up, what up? The private videos, man, they'll be going to Patreon, man. I'm about to drop them on Patreon later on today. So all the private videos, all the ones that are going private, man, they'll be on Patreon today, man. That's the Patreon content. We're going to slide it on over. So today what we're going to talk about, man, is manhood is a competitive sport. And we have the right to be men. And alpha kings always win. Manhood is a competitive sport. Now, why is it that we treat it as if it's not a competitive sport? Why do we treat manhood like it's something other than a competitive sport? Open chat today, as you can see. Friday freestyle chat. We're gonna try this out. If it get crazy in here, I'm gonna shut it down. Now, as a matter of fact, man, so we're gonna talk about the 11 principles of manhood. There's actually about 50, but we're just gonna cover 11 right now that make manhood a competitive sport, and goes to show that this kumbaya, let's all get along mindset between different nationalities of men just isn't realistic. It's feminine in nature because we have a tribal mindset. We have a tribal mindset. That's why when you go out into business and you see some Spanish Americans or Hispanics, they're going to look out for each other before they look out for anyone else. You go out and you see some Caucasian businessmen, they're going to look out for one another before they look out for anyone else. You see some Asian businessmen, they're going to look out for one another before they look out for anyone else. You see some Jamaican businessmen, they're going to look out for one another before they look out for anyone else. You see some African businessmen, they're going to look out for one another before they look out for anyone else. You see some African Americans, some Black American businessmen, they're going to look. I can't honestly say they're going to look out for one another before they look out for anyone else. And that's the only group of men I'm not sure about that on. So we're going to talk about manhood being a competitive sport because there's one group of men who seem to want to do kumbaya and seem to want to cry because other nationalities of men don't help you. I want to do all this. We're going to take a deep dive on this today because what we're going to stop doing, we're going to stop crying about our lives. We're going to stop blaming things that happened before we were born. We're going to stop talking about the residual effects of anything that's taking place because every day right now we can get up, man, to pursue a goal and pursue a dream, man, and make it happen today. That's the world we live in today. We don't live in a world of oppression. We don't live in a world where you can't even walk on one side of the street. That's oppression. We don't live in a world of staunch racism right in your face every day. We live in a world where, yes, there is a system of racism, but we don't live in a world where it is in your face every day telling you what you can and cannot do, where you can and cannot go, how you can and cannot live. I got white neighbors right now. Matter of fact, let me see. Out of the 8 people in this condo complex, man, there's only me and there's me and then there's a black couple. Everyone else is either Asian, Caucasian,
And I think there may be well, I guess they would be considered Caucasian. There's a couple from Czechoslovakia. That's it. And you know what? I don't have no problems. As a matter of fact, the crazy thing is all of their dogs follow me. You know what I'm saying? So if I leave out and I'm going to my whip, the dogs will follow me, try to come out the gate with me. If the dogs are outside, they can be down by the fountain. They see me come in, I'm coming up the stairs. They run up the stairs around behind me. Hell, one of them even like to bring me his ball, man, and want me to throw his ball down there so he can go chase it. But you see what I'm saying? Like the dogs aren't attacking me. Those times are gone. The only thing we can look at from those times is that those people made sacrifices for us to be able to move how we move today. You can't use that as an excuse. They could use it as an excuse. They didn't even use it as an excuse. They made moves in that environment. We're not even in that environment anymore. So let's keep it moving here, man, and keep going. Now, this is not going to be some racism debate or some racial discussion. This is what the title says. Manhood is a competitive sport. Wavy one. Appreciate the dub, Sack homie. Appreciate it. Primetime TV. Appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Now, first of all, as men, we have a territorial nature. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is yours. Now, I might have to fight to defend what's mine, but I will because it's mine. And I don't feel obligated to share what's mine with you if I worked for it. If I give freely, but not because I'm obligated as a man. I fought for mine. I went to war for mine. Blood, sweat, and years, blood, sweat, and years, blood, sweat, and tears, blood, sweat, and fears are tied into this thing, man. And that's how men feel. It's a competitive sport because we all want our piece of the rock. We all want our piece of the pie. We all want our piece of the pizza. We all want our slice. But then there are those of us who don't want a slice. We want to own the whole pizza so we can rent out the slices. But we all want some of that pizza. We all want some of that pie. Even if I just want all the crust around the edge, that means all y'all go around and cut your back crust off. Give me all the back crust off the pie. That's my favorite part. We want our piece of the pie. And that is our territorial nature on display. We want our piece of the pie. Haters come from men wanting their piece of the pie but not willing to put in the work to get it. They just rather say, well, you got your piece of the pie. I deserve a piece of pie more than you do. I'm better than you. I'm stronger than you. I'm bigger than you. I'm tougher than you. I'm richer than you. How you got your piece of the pie? Your piece of the pie is supposed to be my piece of the pie. So you got men who want a piece of the pie, but they don't want their own piece of the pie. They want someone else's piece of pie to fall off the table into their hand. See what I'm saying? They want somebody else's piece of the pie to fall off the table into their hand. How does that work? How is that ever going to work? It's not. One of the missed aspects of manhood is morality. Plenty of men are living in manhood and they're living in it without morality. They're living in it without a connection to the Most High, especially black men. If you're a black man and you don't have no connection to God, man, there's something wrong with you. You're missing out on the benefits of it. It's not about, hey, you can't have anything, unless you build. You can have a bunch of worldly material things, but you're missing out on the benefits. There's benefits that you can't get if you don't have that relationship with God, man. There's benefits. Peace of mind being the primary one. SJ say haters rely on luck. Man, they rely on luck. Listen, not only do they rely on luck, they rely on you running out of luck. Since they rely on luck, they think you're doing everything by luck, so they rely on you running out of luck. Haters rely on you running out of luck, homies. I want you to think about that. They sit and wait. Instead of working, they sit and wait because they believe that one day you're going to run out of luck and your piece of the pie going to fall in their lap. They don't understand. You've never seen a championship NBA player. You never seen a star on a championship team that didn't outwork everybody in the league. Jordan outworked everybody in the league. Kobe outworked everybody in the league. Say what you want to say about him. LeBron been outworking everybody in the league. Been outworking Clay. Been outworking Steph. Been outworking everybody. You can say you ain't got to like a person, but you got to respect the fact that they outwork everybody in the league. I'll go all the way back to Bird and Magic. They outworked everybody in the league. Kareem outworked everybody in the league. You know how long you know how much work it took to develop a shot that nobody could stop? Nobody could stop the hook shot. Even the man who was 7 feet tall couldn't stop it. He's a man that's 7'4" and he 7'2", and he's throwing up a shot that you can't reach. You can't reach his regular shot. Then he throw up a hook shot. You know how long it took to work to perfect that shot? You saw MJ perfect that fade away? You saw Kobe turn around to perfect that fade away? It takes time. Even LeBron has perfected that fade away. That post fade away, those guys perfect that. It takes a long time. You have to outwork everyone to have that. Are there some edges that they have that other people don't have? Yeah, of course. Tom Brady outworks everyone in the league. That's why he's still winning championship in his 40s. He might take a cheap shot. He might pull a rank and do something to give him an unfair advantage, but it's always something little, deflating the balls. That's little. You know what I'm saying? It's always something little. Looking at other people's calls, to me, that's little. You know what I'm saying? That's little, because when you get out on the field, you still got to execute. So in the alpha sphere, we outwork everybody. You might do some things. You might work hard, but you can't outwork us. You can't outwork us. This show started at 7:30. I recorded 3 pieces of content before this show started. Recorded a piece of content live last night. That's going to be another piece of content. So there's 4 pieces of content I recorded since midnight last night, and now we on live. And then we'll be back on live again at 1:30 for the King Ray Ray show. At 1 p.m. rather, for the King Ray Ray show. We're possessive. We're possessive. That's why I created the alpha sphere. The alpha sphere is my domain. Mine. There ain't no other alpha sphere. This is the only alpha sphere. If there is other alpha sphere, it's a copyright. I mean, it's a copycat. This is the alpha sphere. This is the original alpha sphere. No one had an alpha sphere before the alpha sphere was here. This is my thing. You know why? Because I'm possessive. The alpha sphere belongs to me. The man of the alpha sphere, you be possessive as well. The alpha sphere belongs to you. This is your domain. You could go anywhere on this platform you want to. But this is the only place that has been labeled for you to possess, the alpha sphere. This is our thing. This thing of ours, this is what this is. La Cosa Nostra. This is what it is, man. Because we're possessive. We want our own thing. That's why that's my woman. See that right there? That's my woman. Why? Now, not because I'm all in love with her, but because she put in the most of the work she put in every day of her life. She put in that kind of work, man, for my kingdom. That's my woman. That's my worker. That's my loyal servant. My woman knows she my servant. She knows she my servant. She'll call herself my servant. I said, well, Shawty, tell me what I get out of your presence. You get a loyal servant who will serve you in any way. If your woman ain't telling you that, you ain't got no woman. You better be more possessive. You got to have a woman that says that and lives that. My loyal servant. A pretty attractive servant at that. But that's the only way this works. Because we're possessive. That's mine. That's mine. Even from time we're kids. You know, when you're a little kid, man, you got that toy. Man, somebody can play with any toy out there. They better not grab that toy. And if you really possess it, they can't play with none of your toys. You got 5 toys on the floor. Kid want to come play with one of them. No, you ain't going to let him play with none of them. Or he get the one that you don't want him to have. Man, you might not even care about that toy. But you'll stop and pull that toy away from mine and then give him the toy you want him to have. Just because these my toys, I give you the toy I want you to have. We grew up in a society that deprives us of these principles of manhood that make you get ahead. Possessiveness makes you want to have your own. It makes you not want to go work for somebody else. It makes you not want to go help somebody else build their legacy, build their wealth. I had a bunch of clowns, man. come and do a live stream, man, talking about, somebody send me a clip of it where guys were talking about, because I say I'd rather make 30,000 working for myself than 100 band working for somebody else. Those guys don't even understand the principle. And then they go to throwing the neck, well, most businesses don't make it. Most businesses don't make it. And blah, blah, blah. Well, keep that worker mindset and keep working for somebody else for a business that made it. Keep doing that. And I'm saying guys talking like $100,000 is the top tier of earning. It's really not. It's just a popular figure because it's where the money changes to six figures. That's the only reason we talk about 100,000, because it changes to six figures. But I'm gonna be honest with you. There's people that make 75,000 that's in better shape than people that make 100,000, because 100,000 puts you in another tax bracket. And there's people who live in the same quality of life as 75,000 as somebody who making 100. Especially if you don't know the tax breaks. And let's be realistic. $100,000 is a whole lot of money until your ass start making 100,000 and you realize, damn, this ain't really that much money. And then you keep pursuing. You keep going. You want to make $250,000 now. Then you make $250,000, you realize, well, damn, this ain't that much money. And you keep going. But possessiveness, wanting to possess your own thing. The main thing is wanting to possess your own time. Good looking, Richie. Wanting to possess your own time is the main thing. We want to possess our own time. We want to be the boss of our time. I don't want to get up when somebody tell me to get up. I don't want to get up because somebody say I got to be somewhere at a certain time. Not every day. Now, if you got a court date or something like that, yeah, you got to be there at a certain time. But you that's the time that's on the docket. You know it's there. I don't want to be on the hook every single day to wake up at the time somebody want me to, so I can go help them get rich. A lot of men don't have that possessiveness. Possessiveness, before it makes you want to possess anything outside of you, it makes you want to possess yourself. It makes you want to own your time, own your energy, own your effort. And black men in America are by and large the only men who don't buy into that. And that's why other nationalities of men are constantly climbing while we're constantly stifled at the level we're on. And the crazy thing is, instead of competing with those men, we compete with each other, because we don't have the mindset by and large to compete with those men on the level they're on. So we rather stay down here backbiting and comparing ourselves to one another and competing on this low level. Why are we competing on the low? It's not like we're competing on the low level to get to a higher level. We're competing on the low level to see who's going to be at the top of the low level. And that's where the confrontation comes in. The confrontation takes place because too many of us have a defeatist mentality. If you have a defeatist mentality, you are against your own manhood and masculinity. The defeatist mentality is the mindset that makes a man say, I couldn't do that, so you can't do it. And you think you can do it, but I'm going to make sure I do everything in my power to keep you from doing it. Or at the very least, I'm not going to help you do it because you don't represent me. I represent me. Now represent me, but I'm going to stay on this low level and just represent me down here. No other group of men will call a man a sellout because he moves himself and his family to a better environment. No other group of men will hold a man accountable or hold a man blameless because he moves his family to a safer place where he ain't got to worry about the children getting shot every day. No other group of men looks at a man and says, you're not right because you don't come back and give money back to people who don't even know what to do with the money. They just want to waste it. No other group of men say you're a low down dirty dog because you're trying to give us opportunity instead of giving us money. You should just come and give us money. You making all that money, come give us money. Well, I'm making all this opportunity too. Come get some of this opportunity. I don't want no opportunity. I want money. Come back and give us some money. You made all that money here, come back and give us some. No, I'm going to give you an opportunity to get out the hood. I don't want to get out the hood. I want you to give me some money so I can spend it in the hood. I ain't like you. I ain't no sellout. I ain't going to leave the hood. I ain't going to leave the block. Let me tell you something, homies. Anybody that's ever told me that, I cut them off out of my life completely, instantly. Anybody that's ever told me that, got cut out my life instantly. Because I ain't got time for no foolishness like that. Confrontation. Confrontation only makes sense when we're talking about our territory, the things we possess, or our morality. When it comes to things you possess in territory, that includes your property, your finances, your family. Everything that you hold dear to you is covered in your territory and the things that you possess. Your morality is what you stand on spiritually. All confrontation should be based on those things. Any confrontation that's not based on one of those things is just some hating, some foolishness, and demonic activity. Because how can a man hate me if I'm not threatening his territory, the things that are in his possession, or his moral fiber? If I'm not affecting those things, how can you have a problem with me? How can you have a problem with me? If I'm not talking to you, attacking those things, or wasting those things, or doing anything to affect those things in a negative manner, tell me, how do you have a problem with me? What's the confrontation? What's the beef? What's the animosity? Your animosity ain't toward me, it's toward yourself, because you know that you lack manhood. You know you lack the manhood. You don't want to compete on the principles of manhood. So you just attack the men who want to compete on the principles of manhood. I get it. I get it, man. I get it. Don't worry about it. You know, we ain't gonna hold it against you. I get it. I understand. I understand you don't have to go Nash. You don't have the intestinal fortitude to stand up and fight for the principles of manhood. I get it. Kazan, man, salute to you, my brother. Salute. Appreciate the super chat. First fruits of hard work and blessing. Sharing them as the Most High intended. Yeah, bro. Arriba el machismo. Yeah, bro. Real talk. Dark Truth. Appreciate the dub, man. I usually catch you on the playback, but thank you for the message. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate it. See, what we have to understand is this. Confrontation is based on men who lack wisdom, understanding, and knowledge, because they don't understand the territorial nature of men. They don't understand the possessive nature of manhood. They don't understand that confrontation should only be based on territory and possession. If it's not based on that, then it's not a confrontation. It's just dumb. And when you're dumb, you lack wisdom, understanding, knowledge. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge are so important when it comes to manhood and masculinity. That's how other nationalities of men end up coming up and overtaking us and being, at the epitome of every industry, while we're at the footstool, while we're being footstools in those industries. Why? Because they have wisdom, understanding, knowledge. The wisdom, understanding, knowledge necessary to build those industries, to come in and capitalize on those relationships that you've established in those businesses. We can't even capitalize on relationships, man. We can't even capitalize on relationships. We're too busy worrying about what people see. You know what I'm saying? We're too busy worrying about what people see. Even with this platform, you see the super chats, you see the guys who I super chat, you see the guys who super chat me, but you don't have any idea of how often or how many things we'll discuss behind the scenes. See, winners want to see other people win when they deserve to win. If I know your team is better than mine, I don't mind losing the championship to you. Do I want to win? Yes. But if your team is just better, then I can just accept the fact I lost to a better team. Haters don't give a damn. They can have the worst team in the league and still think they're supposed to win the championship. And when you beat them, they tell me you cheated. They're trying to get the league to crack down on you. You done broke some rules. That's how you beat us. Like I wasn't going to beat you anyway. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge are what allow you to know what's real and what's fake. It allows you to understand what you should do and what you shouldn't do, what's going to be beneficial, what's going to be detrimental. Wisdom, understanding, and knowledge is very, very important to make the transition from boyhood to manhood. If you don't have it, you'll never make that transition. You'll be a grown boy. You'll be a grown boy. You'll be in your 30s and 40s and still around here doing the same dumb stuff you were doing back when you was in high school. You know how stupid you look? Charles William, appreciate the dub, homie. Wisdom, understanding, knowledge are what it takes for you to accept yourself for who you are and present that self to the world with confidence and flair. And make the world accept that you, because that's the only choice they got. The world has to accept that you or not. But that's the only you they get. Wisdom, understanding, knowledge is what keep you from thinking that women are equal to men. See, let me tell you something. Men were created. Men were created. Men were created. Women were made. A creation is original. That was created from the imagination, from the mind. We were created from the mind of God. Women were just made as a copy of us with some adjustments. See what I'm saying? Once you make the original, you can copy it. Women aren't an original thought. They are a less righteous, less wholesome, less pure, less strong, less wise, less loyal, less royal version of man. So this whole women are equal to men thing is just foolishness. It don't even make sense. They weren't even created as equals. They were created as lesser versions so they could be under our control, under our tutelage, under our rule, under our guidance, under our leadership. And that's just the reality of this existence that we live. I ain't making this up. This ain't an attack on nobody. This is just real talk. This is real talk. Rome. Appreciate the $5 super chat. Salute Dr. BOA, SBG, coming to show some love. Keep helping me and become that better version through the knowledge. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you coming through, man. Verdine Frederick. Appreciate the dub sack. Dropping gems, knowledge, truth, and wisdom. Salute, brother. Salute to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that. Nobody can deny that a woman is in better position when she's guided and led by a man of God, by a true man, by an alpha king. Even women know it. And that is one of the things that separates us from other nationalities of men. We're the only group of men who try to make our women equal to us, who we try to buy into their idea that they're equal. We know they're not, but we'll try to buy into it because in our minds, they're valuable enough for us to buy into some foolishness just to have them around. See, we don't have the proper tribe mentality. We have a solo mindset. I can do it by myself. I don't need nobody. I ain't got to be down with y'all. I ain't got to roll with y'all. I ain't got to do that. All you can do is make a little money. All you can do is make a little money. Here's the thing. And this is where other nationalities of men have a tribe mentality that benefits them, whereas we have a solo mindset that's detrimental to us. Other nationalities of men believe that if I have wealth, but it doesn't make any of my constituents, any of my tribe wealthy as well, if it doesn't give any of my tribe a gateway to wealth, then I'm just a man with a little bit of money. I don't have wealth. You know, you never heard of generational riches. You never heard of generational money. You never heard of generational investments. You never heard of generational opportunities. You've heard of generational wealth. Wealth is transferable. And the basis of its creation is to be transferred. Other groups of men understand that. So you don't have one man sitting around bragging about how much money he got and pointing their finger at other men and saying, ha ha, look what I got. You have groups of men who make money and put their minds together and capitalize on mindsets that create wealth. There's pictures of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates hanging out before their companies really took off to where they are, but they were already rich. But they were hanging out. I'm talking about hanging out at each other's crib, man, just chilling, drinking a beer, talking, chopping it up, talking about the plan of how they were going to corner a market. Boy, you ain't gonna never see two black men sitting down talking about a plan about how they gonna corner the market, because this man over here don't want that man to corner that market over there, even though he can't touch that market. He don't want him to corner it. He'd rather have somebody else have that market. Long as he got this market over here. We don't want to see each other as competition, because we don't respect each other as men. Men who respect other men as men understand that those men are gonna be competition. These guys always talking about compete. Compete with who? Who you competing with? You can't be a single solo man to compete with no groups of men. You can't compete with white men by yourself. Can't compete with Asian men by yourself. Can't compete with Hispanic men by yourself. Can't compete with Jamaican men by yourself. Can't compete with African men by yourself. Now who the hell you competing with by yourself, fool? You competing with a ghost. You competing with a nigga you made up in your mind that don't even exist. Who you competing with? Compete with who? Compared to the rest of the men in society, we broke as hell. Even those of us who hit millionaire status, we still broke. We compare ourselves to the brokest people among us. You compare yourself to people in the projects. You're a millionaire. You feel good because now compare yourself to the other nationalities of men. You want to compete? Compare yourself to the business owners, the corporate head honchos. That's the competition. People who control everything. Y'all like it's going to kill y'all to look at a brother as competition, to see him on the other side competing with you. And that's just because you don't respect. Man, let me tell you something. If you are any nationality of man and you respect other nationalities of men as men, but don't respect your own nationality of men, that's why you're in the position you're in. That's why you're in the position you're in. That's just the bottom line. You're going to be in the position you're in because you don't want to win as a group. Groups win. Groups win. Think about the sports where individuals win. Man, we don't even watch those sports. How many of us really watch tennis? We watch soccer more than we watch tennis. We watch baseball more than we watch tennis. Nigga, I watch rugby more than I watch tennis. Because teams win. Teams win. In the large scheme of things, only groups win. When a team win the championship, even the practice squad get a ring. Everybody who own the roster get a ring. That man way down at the end of the bench, the 10th player that ain't got a damn playoff game, guess what he get when the championship is won? He got his championship hat, championship t-shirt, and he got his ring. Because groups win. So you see other groups of men, they are winning, while this group of men is losing. We watch boxing, but even with boxing, every time a boxer wins a championship, he should pay his sparring partners a bonus. Because that's a group. You know what I'm saying? That's still a group. When you look at golf, that's a group. The caddy is just as important as the golfer. A golfer who don't have somebody good on the bag will not win. There's still coaches. All sports have coaches. So when I say individual sports, I mean, of course, they got coaches too. So there's still a group that wins. Every time somebody wins an award, they thank a bunch of people. That's their group. But we like to see groups on the court. But even when you see boxing, he got his trainer in the corner. He got his manager in the corner. You know what I'm saying? He got a trainer, cut man. There's people in the corner. You never seen a boxer go back to his corner and ain't nobody over there. You know what I'm saying? So that's still a group effort. When that fighter win that fight, there's a group of people that run into the ring. That's his group. Groups win. No man can win as an individual. No man can win. But even with that, I see somebody say they got somebody do their taxes. Dude, a team is more than you. Anytime you got more people than you, that's a team. So you and that tax professional is your team. You still have a team. You still aren't doing everything by yourself. You still have a team. It might be a two-man team. Okay, well, y'all doing doubles tennis. Still a team. And we talking about winning. We talking about winning as a group. We ain't talking about your little one little life. See, we're going to talk about this. Even though there wasn't a super chat, this guy is still thinking from a single mindset. He's still thinking from the mindset of a solo man, but he ain't winning nothing. He just doing good in life. We talking about on a large scale, homie. We talking about competing in this society. You just living your own regular life. You're not competing in this society. You don't control nothing. Man, we can't even get a street sign put up on our corner. We can't even get the roads fixed in our neighborhoods, man. We're not competing in any meaningful way out here. Stephen Napoleon, appreciate the $5 super chat, man. We got too much going on in here right now, man. Y'all hold up. Y'all give me a minute, man. Give me a quick second. Give me a quick second, man. It won't take long at all. Had to make a slight correction here, man. Slight correction, that's all. Had to make a slight correction. We back. All right, there we go. We're in the game now. So when you think about it, man, so you go down to the tribe mentality versus the solo mindset, then that's why we don't have the main thing that manhood should represent, ownership. We don't have any ownership at all. We have no ownership. Manhood is groupthink. And if you don't have any ownership, then nothing else matters. You're just a group of men running around butting heads. You find me a group of men that don't have ownership, I guarantee you there's a bunch of infighting. There's a bunch of hating going on. There's a bunch of holding back. I guarantee you that group of men is self-destructive. I bet they're implosive. You understand? We're imploding. Everyone else is exploding as a group. We're imploding. We're destroying ourselves from the inside. Find me another group of men that kills each other like they do physically. Find me another man that tries to destroy each other the way they do. Find me another man that represents themselves so poorly in society and does all type of tomfoolish things that other men don't do. Find me that group of men. And I find you a group of men that's at the bottom of the totem pole. We're at the bottom of the totem pole because we are comfortable at the bottom of the totem pole. We're at the bottom of the totem pole because we believe that's our just dessert to be at the bottom of the totem pole. We put that shoe on and it fits us so well, so we just stay at the bottom of the totem pole. Because we think it's okay. Because we don't represent the principles of manhood. That's why we don't have any ownership. We don't own nothing. We don't even own ourselves. We don't own our neighborhoods. We don't own our blocks. We don't own our spiritual connection. We don't own nothing. We own absolutely nothing. And it's a shame because we're looking around us and we're using all of these things that we don't own. Like our biggest ideology is to invest in other men's companies. I want y'all to think about that. We've been in this country damn near 600 years. Well, longer than that, but we ain't gonna get into that. I mean, by and large, let's say we trace the slave trade back almost 600 years, man, 500 to 600 years, and we still sitting around here talking about the best thing for us to do is invest in other men's companies. We've been here all the time. We ain't even got nothing to invest in. I'm done investing in stocks, man. The ones that I'm invested in, I'm there, but I'm finna invest in business. I'm finna invest in business ideas. There are people out here with amazing business ideas. My people. There are brothers out here with amazing business ideas. There are sisters out here with amazing business ideas that just need to be governed. And they got amazing business ideas that can become very successful. I'm going to start investing in that. I am done investing in white men's companies. I am done investing in Asian men's companies. I'm done with that. Look at the color of my skin. Look at me. I'm supposed to be investing in my people. How am I be investing in them to, I made a little money. I'm done. Y'all can do what y'all want to do. I ain't knocking nobody who does it because it is a great way to create assets. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm saying I'm not going to do it. I would rather take that because we gonna all die and leave it behind anyway. I would rather take that and start to affect people's lives. Allow my good fortune to create good fortune for others. Or not just by me giving them money, because giving them money don't help, by investing in their opportunity to create their own wealth. That's what wealth does. That's what leadership represents. That's leadership. Let me take what I found and show you how to do it and help you do it so you won't have to rely on me to give you money. Because I ain't giving you no money, but I give you opportunity. I give you some money, but not enough money to change your life. I give you some opportunity, though. I give you opportunity back to back. As long as you appreciate them and capitalize on them, I give you opportunities. But as far as me, I just cannot be in a sound mind and body, especially looking at the numbers that these companies represent. I don't give a damn how much Apple is worth. How does that benefit me and my people? It doesn't. How many opportunities am I creating by taking my hard-earned money? But not to mention now the money that mostly comes to me from the community. How am I not going to give them the opportunity back? Okay, this is what leadership is. This is what politicians should be doing. Politicians should be taking the wealth of information that they have, the finances that they have, the access to make things change, and giving people opportunities. So I guess we're the new politicians. Might as well start calling me President BOA. We might go from Dr. BOA to President BOA. Or we can just keep Dr. BOA. I'll be the Honorable Dr. BOA. The Honorable King Ray Ray. We have to understand that we are not competing because we don't have group think. We don't have tribal think. We don't have a tribe mentality. We have a solo mindset. And a man flying solo can only make it so far. A man fighting solo, you only got two hands. There's only so much you can shoot. It's going to take you so much time to reload. You're going to mess around and get killed in war as a solo man. So that's my outlook. I don't care what anyone else does. I don't know what anyone else is going to do. But me, I see too many business opportunities around me all the time. All the time. And all I got to do is sit down with those people, man, see what they got going on, put my hands on it in a way, put my team on it if I have to, and write a check. And change your life. Matter of fact, not change one life, change a generation. Change your whole bloodline by just giving them an opportunity to capitalize and monetize their gifts. That's all I want to do, man. It ain't about bragging about no paper. It ain't about none of that, because truth be told, ain't none of us got enough paper to brag about. When you look at Jeff Bezos' net worth, man, how many of us got enough paper to brag about? Even when you look at Jay-Z net worth, when you look at a billionaire, how many of us got enough paper to brag about? You look at somebody worth $300 million, how many of us got enough paper to brag about? Giselle Luxor, man, appreciate the $5 super chat. Another thing, and what ownership leads to, the reason we don't care about ownership, because we don't care about lineage. Man, it pains me how many black men sit and say, man, they just not gonna have no children. Like, dude, you the end of your bloodline? Like, you don't deserve to get no money. Every other nationality of men creates wealth so they can pass it on and just keep that generational control of the society. You don't even want no seed? Like, you don't even want no legacy? Bro, you don't deserve it. Man, listen, you becoming wealthy is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. That wealth can go to someone who's going to perpetuate generational wealth. Black men are the only group of men that I hear say, I do not care. Even though they see how the attack on killing us off is underway. Man, they don't even care. These guys are living for the life they have right now. They don't care about the past. They don't care about the future. I mean, the past, you can't care about it. But, man, they don't care nothing about even their own future. Man, so many of these guys are saying, man, I'm not going to leave no legacy. I don't want to leave no legacy. I ain't having no kid. I ain't doing none of that. That's the essence. No other group of men can buy into that mindset, because that's the essence of manhood. The essence of manhood is to come, conquer, leave an heir, and then bounce. Nations and kingdoms were built on that. The world was built on that. Control was built on that. You know what kind of sad state of existence it is, man, when a group of men give up on perpetuating their life? These guys are saying, okay, it's okay if we die off. I want y'all to think about that. These guys saying it's okay if we die off. Taj Jacobs, appreciate the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate the wisdom, fam. Salute. Agent of True, appreciate the $10 super chat. Famo, I see you, man. Salute. There is no pressure to own anything because we don't care about lineage. And the only way you cannot care about lineage is if you hate your father and your grandfather and your great-grandfather. All the work they put in so your stupid ass can be doing what you're doing right now. They get no respect. They put you in a position to build a legacy, to create some generational wealth and leave it. So what are you going to do? You guys are so slow. You're going to get money. You're going to create wealth and then just leave it to a society that's already got all the wealth. That's why men can just settle for working some job for 50 years and not even care about doing anything else, because they don't care about leaving a legacy. If you don't care about leaving a legacy, your little $30,000 a year job going to work for you. You're going to be content with that, because all you got to do is live this life until you die. Hope you got enough left in your retirement, and then retire and then die. That's all you got to do. And that's a hell of a mindset, man. That's a hell of a mindset to have. Terrible mindset to have. And because of that lack of ownership and that lack of tie to leaving a lineage or leaving a legacy or to our lineage, we don't understand the value of having independence from structure. Independence from the structure of the society is something that we don't value, because we don't understand what that means. We don't understand. Independence gives you independence from the structure of society gives you freedom to move in a way that can help enhance your existence, that can help build a legacy, that can help build more wealth. See, if you got to, here's what I mean. If you got to get up every day because you got to be to work at 8 and you get off at 4 every day, you're working 8 to 4 every day. That's 5 days a week. For 10 years you do that, you ain't got no life. For 10 years you do that, you ain't got no life. Really. You think about that, you have no life. That's a decade you just wasted doing absolutely nothing but getting up, doing the same routine every day, same routine. When you don't have independence from structure, your life just whizzes by you. Guys in the military go do 20 years, get out, man. All they've done is military for 20 years. They don't even know where they at in the world. They have to hang on to the military some more. Guys who be in the NBA 20 years, their life is such a routine, man. They get out, man. All they can do is sit on the television and commentate on the sport they used to play. Do they make money? Yeah, they make money. Are they competing? No. Are they creating generational wealth? No. They just sitting there working a job still. And we're not the only ones who do that, but we're the only ones who do it by and large. We don't have even a small group of men among us who do the opposite, who break away from the structure of society and live independent from structure and build generational wealth. People who build generational wealth live independent from structure. They move against the grain. Because going with the grain is norm. Everybody going with the grain. When you go against the grain, that's how you build generational wealth. We don't have a group of men who are going against the grain. We may have some individual men, but we don't have a group of men. We don't have enough. Well, listen, we don't have enough men going against the grain, man, to create a full football roster. A 53 player roster. We don't have enough. We don't have enough players. We don't have enough men that's ready to get down like that for us to create a 53 player NFL roster. And that's a damn shame. It all boils down to the lack of connection. All other nationalities of men have a connection that we don't have. We don't have that connection. We don't want that connection. And we're doing everything in our power to keep that connection from happening. Guys aren't loyal to business. I mean, these guys will tell you, you sit down, make a business arrangement with these guys, man. Then these guys mess around and have a little bit of good luck or hit a hot streak, and these guys just cancel all the business. You know what I'm saying? These guys just cancel the business. They turn back and these guys aren't loyal to commitment. When guys aren't committed to anything, then they'll go all over the place for everything. They'll jump ship on something, jump on something else. These guys are like women. These guys are hypergamous. You know what I'm saying? In business, these dudes are hypergamous, man. They jump from business wood to business wood wherever the best opportunity is. No sense of loyalty, no sense of dedication. They just jump from wood to wood. And that's a shame. That's a damn shame. But you know what, SJ? I believe brothers in the NBA and NFL can create their own league. Because here's the thing. You just look at the players, they don't know how to create a league. But let's look at all these attorneys and all these sports agents and all these guys that know the business. You see what I'm saying? It's going to take a team. No, the players themselves can't, but all these attorneys and judges and lawyers. You got to think about it. We got brothers on every level in society. On every level, every government level, we got brothers. So you can always say, okay, let's put together a team, because the players can't do it. They ain't got sense enough to do it. But the brothers who are around them, who know the laws, who know the structure, who are plugged in, they can do it. They can back the players up and get that done. But you got a snowball chance in hell of getting that many brothers together doing it the right way like that. Because everybody's competing. Everybody's competing. And that's good. Competition is good. But it's not good when everybody you're competing against look like you and y'all at the bottom of the totem pole. When you beat everybody that look like you, what's the highest you can get? What's the highest point you can get to when you beat everybody? If you to become the richest black man in America, all you got to do is get a couple billion. What, to become the richest black person in America, all you got to do is get about 5 billion. the richest white person in America. I think he's past 200 billion now, or right at 200 billion. That's just one person. There's one white business owner in America that has more money, that's worth more, not more money, but worth more than all of us put together. I want y'all to think about that. Worth more than all of us put together. And we competing with each other. How rich you think you're gonna get competing with the brokest people on the planet? The brokest people in America anyway. Think about that. There's only one thing that we need to be focused on. And that's the tribal mentality that represents true manhood and masculinity. And can help a group of men create generational wealth and opportunities for generational wealth so that they can really compete with the people who are winning. Instead of running all those races in the Olympics and being satisfied without even getting a medal. As a group of men, we accept competition trophies, participation trophies. Hey, we participated. Where's our trophy? And we put that participation trophy up on the mantle like we done won something. We ain't won nothing, homies. And the sad thing about it is, we ain't gonna never win nothing until we understand that manhood is a competitive sport. And black men in America are the only ones who are not competing in the Manhood Olympics. I appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Salute to my mod squad in the building, man. Harlem World Breaker, aka SJ3. D Fleming's in the building, man. I appreciate y'all brothers being in the joint. Everybody, man, I appreciate y'all joining me for another episode of this fifth installment of the High Altitude Show with your homie, Book of Alpha running me, aka Dr. BOA. Y'all put God first. Keep grinding and growing, my brothers. And I will see y'all later on the King Ray Ray Show. Peace.
Seems like no matter what you do sometimes, your efforts go underappreciated or unappreciated, period. You know, all we do, man, is try to give men the information they need to become the best version of themselves. No hate. We love women. We don't hate them. We just don't take no foolishness. And we can't be controlled by our lust. Those men can, but not us.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
Now, I'm not gonna tell you, man, that you shouldn't value your woman at all. A woman does have value, but you can't overvalue her and convince yourself that she brings more value to your life than you bring to hers. You know, just the protection and provision is more than a woman can ever make up for, man. So I'm not saying don't give her props for what she does, but damn sure never make her feel like she's more important to you than you are to her, because it's just a figment of your imagination. She knows the truth, so you have to understand the truth as well. This is called the abundance mindset. There's nothing she can give you that you can't give yourself, besides a baby. And do you really want one of those right now? Nope.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.
You see, the main thing that men let women slide with is shut-uppiness and obedience. Now, when you use the term obedience with a woman, she automatically relates that to being a slave. But slaves aren't obedient. Obedience is a choice. Slaves either do it or die. Shut-uppiness is another thing that women have a problem with. It doesn't mean you can't talk. It means that you can't talk when I'm talking. It means that when we're talking about things that I do as the man, you don't have an opinion on those things. Because I make decisions based on facts, not opinions. Not even my own opinions, and most certainly not yours.
Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Simps claiming that they pimps, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Suckers claiming to be players, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Tricks acting like they max, but they not though. Alphas up, betas down, it's the motto. Betas claiming to be alpha, but they not though.